Many people dream of stronger, longer, healthier hair. Unfortunately, there are countless myths online that create confusion and unrealistic expectations. Let's explore some of the most common hair growth myths and the facts behind them. Have you ever stood in the hair care aisle, staring at a wall of products, and felt completely overwhelmed? We've all been there. One bottle promises thicker hair in 30 days. Another says it'll reverse thinning overnight. And somewhere in the middle is the truth we're actually looking for. Today, we're going to cut through every myth, every marketing claim, and every piece of well-meaning advice your aunt gave you in the 80s and get to what actually works for healthy hair. Let's talk about why hair myths are so sticky. For generations, hair advice has been passed down like family recipes, from mothers to daughters, from magazines to bathroom mirrors. And some of it, genuinely helpful. But a lot of it was based on observation, not science. Someone noticed their hair felt thicker after a trim, and suddenly, cut your hair to make it grow faster became gospel. Fact: hair grows from the scalp, not from the ends. Trimming your hair does not increase growth speed. However, regular trims can reduce split ends and help hair look healthier. And for us, for women after 55, the stakes are different. Our hormones have shifted. Estrogen, the hormone that kept our hair in its growth phase for years, has dropped significantly. Collagen production started slowing in our 40s. And DHT, a hormone that can gradually shrink hair follicles, becomes more influential. Now, I know that might sound discouraging, but here's the good news. Understanding what's actually happening inside our bodies makes it so much easier to separate the myths from what genuinely helps. And that's exactly what we're doing together today. Here's the truth. Hair grows from the follicle, which sits deep inside the scalp. What happens at the ends of our hair, trimming, splitting, breaking, has absolutely no effect on what's happening at the root. Hair grows about half an inch per month, whether we trim it or not. That's biology, and biology doesn't negotiate. So, why does this myth persist? Because trimming removes split ends before they travel up the hair shaft and cause breakage. When we trim regularly, our hair retains more length over time. It looks thicker and healthier because the ends aren't frayed. But the actual growth rate at the scalp? Unchanged. The fact: regular trims every 8 to 12 weeks prevent breakage and help us keep the length we're already growing. That's what makes hair look longer and fuller. Not faster growth, smarter retention. Washing your hair every day causes hair loss. This one deserves a more careful conversation because there's a grain of truth buried inside it. Here's what's actually happening. Washing your hair does not cause hair loss. The strands you see in the shower drain, those were already going to fall out. We naturally lose 50 to 100 hairs every single day. Washing simply catches the ones that were already loose. However, and this is where the nuance matters for us, what you wash with and how often does make a difference. If we're using harsh shampoos that strip natural oils from an already dry, aging scalp, we can create inflammation. And scalp inflammation is something we genuinely don't talk about enough. It can absolutely contribute to thinning over time. The fact: most women over 55 do beautifully washing 2 to 3 times a week using a gentle, sulfate-free shampoo. Not because daily washing causes hair loss, it doesn't, but because our scalp produces less oil as we age, and we simply don't need it. Listen to your scalp. If it feels dry and tight, wash less. If it feels oily and congested, wash more. Your scalp will tell you what it needs. Gray hair is coarser and harder to manage. This one frustrates me, honestly, because it's not just wrong, it's unfair. And it makes so many women dread something that could actually be beautiful. Here's the science. Gray hair is not inherently coarser. In fact, gray hair is often finer than pigmented hair. What changes is the texture. The outer cuticle layer of gray hair tends to be slightly more raised, which can make it feel rougher to the touch and more prone to absorbing moisture from the air. That's the frizz we notice, not coarseness. But here's what nobody talks about. The texture change isn't the hair's fault. It's the scalp's. As estrogen declines, our scalp produces less sebum, our natural oil. Less oil means less natural conditioning. So the hair feels drier, rougher, and yes, harder to manage. But that's not the gray hair itself. That's an oil issue. The fact, gray hair responds beautifully to the same things our skin craves: more moisture, gentle handling, and natural oils. A weekly warm oil treatment, a silk pillowcase, and a sulfate-free routine can transform how gray hair feels. It's not the color that changed, it's what we do with it. Natural integration. Now, before we get to the remedies that actually work, I want to say something. If you've been part of our community for a while, you know we don't do quick fixes here. We do what works. And if you're finding this helpful, make sure you're subscribed. We share real, science-backed wellness for women over 55 every single week. No fluff, no gimmicks, just what actually helps. Now, let's get into the good stuff. Biotin supplements are all you need. B-roll, supplement bottles, then fresh whole foods, eggs, spinach, salmon. Walk into any drugstore and you'll see shelves of biotin supplements with pictures of long, thick, impossibly shiny hair. And biotin is important. It really is. It's a B vitamin that helps our body convert food into energy and plays a real role in keratin production, the protein that makes up our hair. But here's what the bottle doesn't tell you. True biotin deficiency is actually quite rare. And for most of us, taking a biotin supplement without addressing the bigger picture, diet, scalp health, hormonal changes, and inflammation, is like watering one plant in a garden and expecting the whole garden to bloom. What's more, excessive biotin can actually interfere with certain lab tests, including thyroid panels and heart markers. That's not something to take lightly. The fact, biotin works best when it comes from food. Eggs, almonds, sweet potatoes, salmon. Whole foods that deliver biotin alongside all the cofactors our body needs to actually use it. No single supplement can outwork a diet that isn't supporting healthy hair from the inside out. What actually works? The evidence. B-roll, rosemary oil bottle, rice water preparation, pumpkin seeds, scalp massage. So let's talk about what genuinely helps. These are the things we have real evidence for: studies, not just stories. Rosemary oil. There's a published study that compared rosemary oil directly to minoxidil, the pharmaceutical hair loss treatment. After 6 months, they performed equally well. What rosemary does is improve blood circulation to the scalp and help block DHT, the hormone that shrinks our follicles. Mix a few drops with a carrier oil and massage it in 2 to 3 times a week, and the science supports it. Rice water. Women in parts of Asia have used this for centuries, and now we know why. Rice water is rich in inositol, a carbohydrate that repairs damaged hair and penetrates the hair shaft. It strengthens from the inside out. Simple, right? Just soak half a cup of rice in water, strain, and use the milky water as a rinse once a week. Scalp massage. This one costs nothing, and the evidence is surprisingly strong. 4 minutes of daily scalp massage increases blood flow to follicles and has been shown to increase hair thickness over time. That's it. Our fingers, a few minutes every day. And what we eat, consistently. Protein, iron, omega-3s, vitamin D, spinach, eggs, fatty fish, Greek yogurt, and berries. Our hair grows from the inside out, and nothing we put on our scalp matters as much as what we put on our plate. So here's what we've learned today. Cutting your hair doesn't make it grow faster, but smart trims help us keep the length. Washing daily doesn't cause hair loss, but harsh products on an aging scalp can cause problems. Gray hair is a coarser, it just needs more moisture. And no single supplement is the magic answer, but the combination of rosemary oil, scalp massage, rice water, and a diet rich in protein, iron, and omega-3s, that's where the real results live. Now, what's stopping you from trying just one of these this week? Start with one. Pick the remedy that felt most doable to you. Maybe it's the 4-minute scalp massage. Maybe it's swapping your shampoo for something gentler. Try it consistently for a month and notice what changes. And when you do, come back and tell us in the comments. We genuinely love hearing from this community, your experiences, your questions, and your wins. If this was helpful, make sure you're subscribed. We share what actually works for healthy living after 55 every single week. Enjoy your healthy, beautiful hair, and we'll see you in the next one.